Hey everybody, and welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack-O-Lantern still in Lake Jackson, and today we're going to do one from my childhood that my mom probably still does. But it's really good, it's really cheap. Remember, it's all under 10 bucks, and if I can cook it, anybody can. That's kind of what we do over here. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff. There's also a link down in the doobly-doo for our merch, where we got the fake hands, the spatulas, the spoons, the aprons, the whole thing. And let's just get into the food. It's enough talking for me. Okay, looks like a bunch of stuff, but it's usually just two things. You're going to need a thing of this Italian dressing and some chicken of some kind. It doesn't have to be split chicken breast. I found these for like $6, so I'm going to go with that, but any chicken will do, bone in or bone out. Now, I'm adding these other fruit, the other veg and fungus here to just kind of build it out in case you need to feed more people. So white mushrooms, half a purple onion, and some grape tomatoes. And it looks cool. But yeah, just the chicken and the Italian dressing is all you need, period. The rest of these is just a handful of whatever makes you feel good. Now, none of these are required, but if you got the oregano and the rosemary, that usually goes really well on chicken. If you got something that's pre-mixed, that's Italian seasoning, let's just go with that. So that's going to be our best bet. Oh, and I almost forgot. We're going to need a little bit of oil. Not a lot. You just want a little bit. Usually Italian dressing covers it, but because I'm doing all the fruit and veg, I want to be able to cook them in something. So first things first, always go wash your fruit and vegetables, man. Wash them all the time, especially straight from the store. So when I got those nice and clean, so we're going to get just a bowl and slice these up to the side. Again, nice sharp knife. Shout out to my buddy Andy who knows my knife sharpening. Miss that guy sometimes. So get just nice sharp knife again and just give it a slice. Watch your fingers. Don't have to be fast. Just because that's what they do on the cooking shows and stuff. That's it. So that's about all you want, is that decent thick stuff. Put them in a bowl, set them to the side. All right, and then your onion, cut that root off first. Like I said, we're only using half of one here. Okay, one full packet of mushrooms, one half of a pearl onion. Now grab it by that wide side. All right, so one of the things is if you try to do a full one, you'll grab it by the middle, cut it, and then try to go to a skinny one. And that means your hand's going to slip off. So just keep spinning around and hold it by that big part. Again, nice sharp knife. Be very careful of your fingers. We don't have to be pros. We don't have to be cut. We just got to be careful, okay? So just slice these down into some thin rings. Don't have to be perfect. Don't have to be beautiful. I mean, that's what's on my dating app when they're looking for me, I guess. I'm not perfect. I'm not beautiful. Whatever. Be very careful when you do this. Be sure to check your fingers. Make sure you don't cut off nothing. But once you get those done, stack those back up. And we're just going to give them a slice one way across. You can go back and dice them again and make it teeny tiny. Go the other way. It's up to you. Don't need to do that. Technically, didn't need to do the slice one here. Just do the rings and they're fine. Now, the tomatoes, again, I'm only going to use a handful of these. We just take them. I'm going to split them just right down the middle one time. I want to do that to, about a cup and a half of these tomatoes, and that's it. That's more than what's here, but that's what I'm using. So once you get those done, set them off to the side. Those you need to have separate of everything else. Now your chicken, these split breasts are kind of big, so I'm going to go ahead and split them a little further. Now, if you're feeding more people or you got a bunch of kids or whatever you need to make it last a little bit longer, cut it down a little smaller. Go ahead and split it again. You can leave it in the long strips, which is fine. You can cube it and cut it down in small. It's easier to cook when it's smaller too. So don't worry about the size. Just kind of cut it down there. It'll fit. Get you a skillet. You're going to put this about medium high. So this is a 6 out of 9. That we're putting on here. Yeah, before we let that warm up, this is half a cup of oil. Now, it might be a little too much. Hell, my doctor's screaming at me, it's way too much. But just half a cup or a little bit less than that. It's up to you. Like 2 tablespoons is more than enough. So go ahead and get you a nice wooden spoon. Let that heat up. And go ahead and add your mushroom and your onions to that. Remember, you want it to bubble, not spatter. So if it's spitting all over the place, turn the heat down. So give these a little stir in the oil, let them start cooking down. You're going to let them cook for about 6 to 8 minutes. You don't want to completely wilt them down. So just let those start warming up. While you're doing it now, just go ahead and put a tablespoon of your Italian seasoning in there. And the oregano, just however much your ancestors come out and hold your hand and let you shake. I just put a little bit since there's a lot in the other stuff. So give that a stir. I didn't add the rosemary this time. I decided against it. So give that a stir. This is when it starts getting aromatic. This is when you have roommates or children or partners. They start coming and running in like, what's this smell? So go ahead and put your chicken in here after 6-8 minutes after that's been cooked down. Get the meat, just put it in here, make room for it. Now, go ahead and just, if you have one of these small, I think this is 12 or 14 ounces, just go ahead and add the whole thing. Now, if you don't have those seasonings, you don't have the fruit and veg, that's fine. Just add the chicken, hit it with the Italian dressing, and be done with it. That's all it takes. And that'll cook it all down. But take this, put the meat down on the metal, push that down in there. And we're going to let it cook again for about 6 to 8 again. And you'll flip it and you'll see that it's white on one side, pink on the other. So we're going to flip it around, put the pink side down, and just let that cook. Again, we're pushing it down to where it makes contact with that skillet. The vegetable's pretty good. So once where it's completely white on the outside, starts browning a little bit, that's when we add our tomatoes. We don't want to overcook the tomatoes. The tomatoes get all squishy when you do that, right? So just go ahead, slice them up earlier, and just throw them in here. We're going to give that a cook after everything else is brown. Add the tomatoes. We're going to give it anywhere between 2 and 4 because nobody wants squishy tomatoes in their food, right? You still want them to have a little bit of bounce to them, a little bit of crunch in the rest of your stuff. I'm going to check my meat again. After I put in the tomatoes, did it for about 4 minutes. I got to 165 on the inside, which is a safe. Pulled it out, set it aside. You can save this, use it as a dressing. You can use it for whatever. But remember, it had chicken in it, so make sure to heat it up, superheat it if you're going to have to chill it first. But that's it. It's a super simple recipe. Like I said, my mom's probably yelling at me because it was simple. It was just chicken and Italian dressing. She's been cooking it since we were kids and we were broke as hell. And it was like, the cheapest chicken thighs we could find at Bone and stuff. And she fed 3 of us on it and herself and just made a killing. And it's super simple. It was some of the greatest meals ever, was sitting with mom and my sisters and eating this. So try this out. If you've got a different iteration, we will revisit it. I'll love to come back to this. And yeah, the plate that I just had that on, the big one, is a plate that I inherited from my mother. So kind of came full circle that way. It's the only plate I have of that entire set left, other than the teacup that I use to wash my brushes when I'm painting. So it's neat to have that bit of my childhood is that plate, and then this recipe for my mom. So check it out. Give us a try. If you try it, let me know. I want to know if people are trying this kind of stuff. Mom, if you're yelling at this because I didn't do it right, I'll expect a text message any moment telling me that I'm wrong. But I love you anyway. Yeah, try this out. And there you have it, folks. Something that my mom's probably going to be mad about, but it's her fault. So also, when I did this one live over on TikTok with my friends Bruce and Fagin over here, and Kat. So y'all say hi. Hello. Can you hear them? They're on a squeaky little phone. They're way far away. They're so far away. There they are. So yeah, I've been filming these on Fridays, updating and uploading on Thursdays or Fridays. So be sure to check us out. We're on YouTube at livingbetweenpaychecks.com or livingbetweenpaychecks.kitchen/kitchen. Whatever. You put in Living Between Paychecks, we're going to show up. That's the first one there. Over 500 recipes, everything under $10. And if I can cook it, anybody can. I will see y'all there. If you got any comments, you want to try this one, you tried it, didn't turn out right, you tried it, you added something, let me know. I'll revisit it, put it down in the comments, or just find me on any of the social medias. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. We're at all of those. We're not on Instagram anymore because they cut us loose over there. But I'm on TikTok and I'm on all those as well. I will see y'all around. Y'all please be safe. Enjoy the food.